Now, of course, this was just one of the things that came out of the detailed policy document that we saw released today. If you want to see more discussion of what it contains and how it will affect our region, tune into late edition at 11:35 tonight.
And Steve Taylor, who we saw...
There was relief today for the families and friends of the personnel returning to RAF Wittering after a 6-month tour of duty in Helmand Province in Afghanistan.
The jet touched down earlier this afternoon, carrying more than 100 troops from the RAF regiment. Stuart Leiths has more.
It's a sight that these families have been waiting many months to see. A 757 jet touching down at RAF Wittering in Cambridgeshire, carrying 110 members of 3 Squadron RAF Regiment, returning from Afghanistan, where they've been carrying out force protection duties in Helmand Province.
Well, their role whilst they've been out in Afghanistan has been to protect the airfield at Bastion and ensure that those people at Camp Bastion are safe, so they've been patrolling outside of the base. They've handed over to 4 Squadron RAF Regiment after 6 months, and it's time now for them to come home, have a little bit of time with their families and prepare for the next operation that they go on in a few months' time.
Even when the men came off the jet, they could not be reunited with their families straight away. They had to go through immigration and customs procedures before finally getting to see their families again.
Oh, just brilliant. Oh, I can't explain it. It's so emotional, so emotional. I'm so proud of him and all of them. They've all done so well. And I'm just so relieved they've all come home safely.
Oh, brilliant. Just having my son back and his sisters back with him. It's brilliant, yeah. It's great.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Can't wait to get home, sit on the sofa, put my slippers on, have a cup of coffee, just have a normal afternoon.
Get to know this one
a
little bit more. So, yeah, it's good. No, brilliant to be back.
It's really good. I spent 5.5 months away, didn't take on off, so it's been a very long time without seeing the family.
They'll now have a short period of leave, a chance to spend some well-earned time with their families. Stuart Leiths, Anglia News at RAF Wittering in Cambridgeshire.
Oh, it's always nice to see, isn't it? Still to come tonight, all the news. One of the region's Euro MPs is backing plans to help people in need of organ transplants from other European countries. The proposals would make it easier to find rare transplant matches. They would also ensure that other countries meet the same high standards as hospitals such as Addenbrooke's and Papworth in Cambridgeshire. MEP Richard Howard says it's good news for patients.
Last year, 25 people in the east of England died because they were waiting for a transplant that never came. And if this new law means that we can get more organs from different countries, we can drive up those that donate organs in Britain and across Europe, then that is the gift of life.
Now, Colchester United are on the hunt for a new manager after Adi Boothroyd moved to Coventry earlier today.
The 39-year-old was with the youth for just 8 months. The club is now looking for its third manager in less than a year. Laura Burns reports.
After days of speculation, Adi Boothroyd appeared in Coventry to announce what everyone had expected. Today he signed a 3-year deal as the Sky Blues' new manager, although he did have a message for his former club.
Thank you for the support, thank you for the opportunity. The chairman was fantastic, Robbie Cowling, and I hope when I go back there at some point I'll not be booed and I'll be grateful for the work that I did in the team that did.
The 39-year-old joined Colchester last September, following Paul Lambert's controversial move to Norwich City. He was selected from more than 40 applicants, but after a promising start, things began to go downhill. It was a disappointing end to the season for the U's, who just missed out on the promotion playoffs. And now the club is once again on the hunt for a new manager. It's third in less than a year. In Colchester town centre today, there was frustration from fans.
Everyone that comes to Colchester, they play a little season and then we're out, don't they? Because it's all about money, isn't it?
I'm well shocked, actually. Yeah, I've only found out about it this morning, but I'm not very happy about it.
Now they've lost another manager within, less than 12 months. So obviously it's just money, isn't it, with them? Like all footballers.
Unlike with Lambert, compensation for Boothroyd's departure has been reached quickly, but his move still remains a blow for the club.
So I guess we're doing something right when we're selecting our managers. At the moment, the problem is we seem to be growing good managers for other people. So let's hope the next one we can do and we can keep at the club a bit longer.
An anxious wait then for Colchester fans until the new manager is unveiled. Whoever it is, they're hoping for ambition, enthusiasm and of course staying power. Laura Burns, Anglia News, Colchester.
Yeah, that last one would come in handy. Meanwhile, Paul Lambert's been talking about the tough financial situation at Norwich City after their promotion to the Championship. Lambert, who steered the Canaries to the League One title in his first year in charge, knows he needs to try and strengthen his squad for next season, but fears the lack of money could limit his options.
I think we're under no illusion how hard it's going to be because we don't have the finance to compete with a lot of other big ones due to the financial restraints here, but as I said, it never deterred from the job we had to try and do. You're always better being there than not being there.
Now, it's not often you get a chance to sit in a back garden for a whole hour without feeling guilty about all those chores and all the weeding that needs doing.
You don't have too much trouble with that, though, do you? Now, that's what the RSPB are asking us to do. Next month, they're going to launch their Make Nature Counts campaign to study what's going on in our backyards. Kate Prout's been foraging in Norfolk for us.
Lurking in the most ordinary-looking shrubbery. All manner of extraordinary-looking and sounding creatures. Ruby tiger, cetaceous Hebrew character, blood-veined moths, all under our very noses. You just need to know where to look.
This lamp here is a mercury vapour bulb, and it gives off ultraviolet light. So the moths are attracted to the ultraviolet light.
Our gardens are teeming with creepy crawlies, and you don't need to be a moth expert like Paul French to get up close and personal with our flying friends. Like this cockchafer, nearly made extinct last century through overuse of pesticides, one of the reasons the RSPB want to keep track of the wildlife in our gardens. Like their annual Big Garden Birdwatch, they're asking us to spend an hour in our yards between 5th and 13th of June, looking for birds, of course, but also insects.
Not only, are they interesting in themselves, but they're fantastic food sources for all kinds of birds. So the kind of insects that are out there will give us an idea of the kind of birds that will be able to survive really well on the kind of foodstuffs that they'll find.
Well, there are worse things to be doing than spending an hour in your back garden looking for birds and insects. And if you're a bit worried about identifying them all, well, the RSPB has come up with the handy recording sheet to give you some clues.
You can get a survey sheet from either their website or offices. So make the most of this great excuse to just sit back and do very little. Kate Prout, Anglia News, Norfolk.
I might give that a go. Kids can join in, can't they?
But you do it with the pins. Now, several buildings...